Hey man, what's good YouTube, man? It's your boy, Jake Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy. Before you end up like Beezy, make sure you follow my Twitch, subscribe to my second channel. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. Now, this is gonna be a good one. You know, for all my new subscribers and new viewers, if y'all want to go see all my NBA reactions, NFL reactions, you know what I'm saying? NBA season, you know, is heavy right now, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna tune it up with the NBA reactions. I'm gonna tune it up, you know what I mean? So expect a lot of NBA reactions, you know what I mean, for Surely Oli. But for all my new subscribers and new viewers, if y'all want to go look at all of, you know, my NBA reactions, it is in the playlist section. It's called NBA reactions. But I love these debates. I just dropped the debate, one Steph Curry fan versus 10 Steph Curry haters. It was hilarious. Y'all need to go watch that. But we got one NBA old head versus 10 Gen Z fans. And I am a Gen Z person, of course. But one thing I'm always going to do is respect the greats. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to respect the greats, bro, because, you know, I feel like it's a lot of great players like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. In my opinion, I feel like Larry Bird is better than LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. 3-time MVP, you know what I mean? 3-time rings. Y'all got to understand, Larry Bird, freaking he retired in 13 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron played like, 23? You know what I'm saying? Same thing for Magic. I got Magic over LeBron. I got Bron at number 5. I got Kobe at number 2. And I got Michael Jordan at number 1. And people that think what I just said is crazy, like, what? Larry Bird over LeBron? I just don't know how cold Larry Bird was, bro. You know what I'm saying? I go back and actually watch Larry Bird. I'm telling you, cold. You know what I'm saying? Cold. You know what I mean? So just to act like, you know, and their big mans will dominate. Bro, I feel like, honestly, to me, the softest and the worst basketball of all time is today's generation. This is not my basketball. I didn't grow up watching Ja Morant. I didn't grow up watching Luka Doncic's. I didn't grow up watching Victor Wembanyama's. You know what I'm saying? So my players finna retire, the D Roses, the Russell Westbrooks, you know, the LeBron James, the James Harden, the Kevin Durant. Those my players. And it's crazy how my players are still Stephen Curry. It's crazy how my players are still some of the best players in the league. That's why I feel like my player, if y'all want to know, 2010s, you know what I'm saying? That was my era, you know, 23 years old. But it's crazy, born in 2002. But it's crazy how, that's why I feel like my era is just the best era, because back in the 90s when, like, Jordan was going crazy on the Wizards, I ain't gonna lie. Jordan will, but speaking on, you know, Charles Barkley, you know, all them cats that was getting old and all that, you know. When they was getting old, they weren't like the top players in the league. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't still making all-stars and being all-star starters. Bro, our players is like 37 years old, bro, and still like top 10 players in the league. Still making all-star start, like still running the league. You know? So I just feel like our players in the 2010s is just different. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I feel like we're just different. In basketball, and bro, I'm telling you, and I grew up watching it, bro. Defense, and I hate when the old heads be saying, bro, y'all ain't got no defense. Bro, gang, this is not my era. I'm telling you, on my life, we had defense. On my life, we wasn't getting no crazy calls. We was getting called travels and everything. On my life, it was different in the in the 2010s. You know what I'm saying? So all that little fouling and all that, bro, nobody was scoring 100 points for real. It was coming down to 93, 96 games, bro. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So all that ain't had no defense, you out your dang mind.
Magic's the GOAT point guard. I don't think that you can talk me off that ledge.
We already have current day Magic Johnson, and his name is Ben Simmons.
Bro, shut up. People like you just don't go back and watch. Ben Simmons is nothing like no Magic Johnson, bro. Shut your mouth, bro. Shut up, bro. Bro. People like you, bro, don't go back and watch Magic at all. Magic, bro, Ben Simmons ain't nothing like Magic Johnson, but he's smoking on some good dope.
That you can talk me off that ledge.
We already have current day Magic Johnson, and his name is Ben Simmons, and he's trash.
We had superior athletes.
Is you calling LeBron a bummer?
Why are we losing to Devin Booker and Drew Holiday, Bam Adebayo, with Michael Jordan?
The older generation gets tricked by NBA Santel.
100%. I've been tricked by NBA Santel.
Steph Curry has revolutionized the three-point shot.
But we also had guys shooting the long ball back then. We had Dale Ellis.
Reggie Miller.
We had Larry Bird. We had Craig Hodges.
I've never heard of Dale Ellis.
I hear some of the dumbest stuff stuff that I've ever heard in my life from you guys.
And I hear some
God.
stuff from OGs.
Because you're 12.
But it's like, how can you talk to him about basketball when he actually seen before and he sees now? See, the difference is when it comes to a lot of y'all only look at now. You don't go back and look at their games. But he literally seen back then and he's seen now. And you think you got more knowledge than him? Like, a lot of y'all speak on things that you have no knowledge of and you just a fool. And you think you so smart. You know what I mean? Whole time, all you doing is watching today's NBA. But you speaking on back then. But you don't even go watch back then. You know what I'm saying? You don't even go look at it. Have you ever looked at a Larry Bird highlight tape? Have you ever looked at a Larry Bird and Magic Johnson documentary? Have you ever looked at these guys? No, you haven't. All you do is pay attention to now.
Welcome to One Fan vs. 10 Haters. Today we have the illustrious, esteemed guest, Mr. OG Jermaine, in the building to battle a dream team of superstar villains, Gen Z. Our panel of judges will determine who won the debate and officially say which era of basketball was better. Jermaine, are you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
The floor is yours.
Magic's the GOAT point guard. I don't think that you can talk me off that ledge. I'm convinced of it.
OG, what up?
What's up, brother? How you doing, my man?
Repeat that statement.
Magic Johnson is the best point guard in NBA history.
Why do you think that?
He revolutionized the position. Not only did he revolutionize the position, he was that from the door, and he stayed that for as long as he was in the league, which was 12 seasons, first team All-NBA.
You don't care that he played with Kareem? You don't care that he played with James Worthy?
I don't care.
You don't care that Steph Curry has revolutionized the three-point shot that he's...
Steph Curry is not better than Magic Johnson. The only thing that Steph Curry can do better than Magic Johnson is shoot the ball. And I'm telling you that right now, he can't pass better than Magic. He's not a better point guard than Magic Johnson. Steph Curry is probably a better player, but as a point guard, he's not a better point guard than Magic Johnson, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like being a point guard, like Magic Johnson revolutionized the game too. Do you not know that? Do you know who started flashy passes? The no looks? Who you think they got all that passing from? Who you think started that? So you can talk about the 3-point. You can talk about that. But let's talk about the no-look pass. Let's talk about the flashy passes that's still getting used today. Who you think started that? Nobody was doing that before Magic, bro.
Completely changed the game.
Actually, he didn't revolutionize it. He enhanced it because
no, he revolutionized because they wasn't shooting it at all before. They was not shooting it at all. You know, your era wasn't shooting that. 100%. Your era was shooting that. Your era was straight mid-range.
Have you ever heard of Dale Ellis?
In the paint.
Have you ever heard of Larry Bird?
No.
Have you ever heard of Dale Ellis?
Who is that?
I'll play you. Of course you
care about who you're talking about.
Of course
you. And Steph Curry, you have to care. He's the best point guard ever.
And now I'm schooling you to Dale Ellis, right? Now I'm schooling you to Larry Bird. I'm schooling you to Craig Hodges.
Stick to Steph and Magic.
So let's stick to Steph and Magic.
Who's a better shooter?
Steph Curry's a better finisher. Oh,
Magic.
Who's a better passer?
Magic.
Who's a better mid-range shooter?
Magic.
Curry that.
I say Magic. I say Magic.
Who's a better playoff performer?
Magic.
At what?
100%.
He can't shoot. He don't got no left hand.
Even if he didn't have any left hand, or even if he could, I can tell you
Hey, y'all, this be going crazy, but women would never understand what it's like. Women would never understand.
Mid-range shooter.
I'll give Curry that.
I know you do. Who's a better playoff performer?
Magic.
At what?
100%.
He can't shoot. He don't got no left hand.
Even if he didn't have any left hand, or even if he couldn't shoot, I can tell you that. I can tell you what he did do. He's a part of the biggest collapse in NBA history, being up 3-1 and actually losing in the NBA championship. I'm sorry, sir. I can't hear. Let me clean my ears out so I can make sure I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, so
let me tell you what Steph is better at.
Yes,
First of all, Steph is a 4-time champion.
100%.
Steph is a unanimous
I'm a 5-time
MVP.
champion.
No.
Okay.
Steph is a unanimous MVP. You know what that
100%.
means? You want me to spell it for you?
Please,
that
put me
means
on.
nobody else got a vote.
Right.
Steph got
Which is
that.
nuts, by the way.
No, it ain't nuts.
Which is
Magic
nuts.
wasn't getting a vote.
So I'm glad
you
you
could put
brought that
any
up.
season with Matt. He wasn't getting a
I'm
vote.
glad you brought
He ain't
that
got
up.
no left hand.
Sure.
He's 6'9" Ben Simmons. Steph Curry is really one of the best point guards we've ever seen in our life. My life, your life. You're older than me, and you have never seen a point guard.
Well, there's two things. You just said he's one of the best point guards.
Oh, but this junk be hilarious, bro. This junk really gets serious, bro. Like, this junk be getting serious. Look at bro face. Y'all look at bro face. You know what I'm saying? Look at bro face. Like, this junk get heated, bro. You know what I mean? Bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like I said, shout out to Steph Curry, but Steph not even better than Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? And that's, bro, that's how I feel. You know what I mean? I feel like, bro, for me, I feel like when SGA is done, I don't feel like he even better than SGA. As an all-around point guard, I'm just sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got Steph in my top 10 because you gotta have the 4 rings. You know what I mean? But bro, I'm just saying, as a point guard, as an all-around point guard, I don't know, man. I can't put Steph over Magic and Kyrie and SGA. I just can't.
Steph Curry is really one of the best point guards we've ever seen in our life. My life, your life. You're older than me, and you have never seen a point guard better than Steph. And that's a fact.
Well, there's two things. You just said he's one of the best point guards. We're talking about the best point guard. Not only is
Magic
he the
not even
best point
top
guard,
two.
I'm winning MVPs when Bird is in the league. I'm winning MVPs when Jordan is in the league. I'm winning MVPs
Steph won
when
an MVP
Jabbar,
with LeBron.
when him in the league, right?
Steph won an MVP with Kevin Durant.
Yes, he did.
Steph won an MVP with all these players.
100%. But what I'm talking about is that he won it with these players who you tell me that these players are better than.
Steph
so
is
Bird,
better than all of them.
no,
Steph
he's
is
not better than Bird.
too.
He's not better
Steph
than Bird.
is better than
He's
Magic,
not
bro.
better than.
Steph is a better shooter.
Absolutely
He's a
not.
better scorer by far.
No way,
it's
not
not
by
even
far. All he
close.
does is shoot
And
the
he
long
can
ball.
actually
That's
dribble
it.
with the
He
left
doesn't
hand.
do anything else.
Ain't better than Bird, bro.
And yo, he has all the
For you to
moves.
say that he's, for you to say
This
that he
man
can't
was
dribble
dribbling like
For you to
this.
say he can't
Like
dribble,
this.
right? And
Like
he was,
this.
and not only was
Back
he
to the
dribbling like,
basket.
right, and not only
That's
dribbling
nasty.
like that, finishing like that, and put it on.
All right, y'all, we're not finding any common ground, so I forgot to mention 24-second shot clock once is getting too contentious. Finish your thought.
The point that I was making was Magic being revolutionary. You talk about Steph Curry, he enhanced the three-point shot because guys were shooting it. There was no 6'9" point guard in the league before Magic showed up. And if no Magic, there is no Luka. There is no Penny Hardaway. There is no big guard. Steph Curry, who is a long ball shooter, he enhanced that, and he made that a bigger deal than what it was. But Magic revolutionized the game.
That was electric. All right, next victim.
Ain't lying, bro.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
What's up, man?
You gotta know
What's going on, brother?
sports.
All right, I had a quick question. If Magic Johnson was in the NBA today, what would his stat line look like?
If Magic Johnson,
Bro, Magic was in the league today. Oh my god, bro! I'm telling y'all, bro. I was shocked how good Magic Johnson actually is. I started going back and looking at Magic. Bro, I got to go back and look at Magic, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go back and look at Magic, bro. Magic is fire as heck, bro. Bro, Magic is a demigod. So people these days so worried about being flashy. Like Magic wasn't the flashiest with the dribble. Like Magic just was about fundamentals, bro. I don't know how to explain it, but if you really like understand ball and you just play ball, you know, I could tell just most of these guys is fascinated by all that dribbling and all that and all. Like Magic was just a fundamental point guard. He was just a true point guard, bro. Like he just ran the floor like a true point guard. He was literally the quarterback of the freaking, like, it was beautiful. It's beautiful to watch, bro. No, he's like literally the quarterback of the basketball court, like literally. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, as a point guard, y'all not hearing what he's saying. He's saying the best point guard. He's not saying the best player. You see what I'm saying? Because there's plenty point guards that's better than Magic as a player. Kyrie is better than Magic as a player, but he's not better than Magic as a point guard. Do you hear what I'm saying here? You know what I mean? We're talking point guard. He is the best point guard. Let's not bring up all that 1v1. We're talking like point guard. Kyrie don't run the floor like Magic. Kyrie don't orchestrate the floor like Magic. Curry don't orchestrate the floor like Magic. Y'all gonna keep talking about his player. We talking about point guard, bro. Point guard. None of them, I have never heard of a point guard in his rookie season, you know what I'm saying, having to play center because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got injured and still won. You know what I'm saying? This man went from playing point guard to playing big man and won the title in his rookie season.
In the NBA today, with the amount of switching that we have in the NBA, with the amount of defense that we have, how wide open the floor is, Magic Johnson would be what Luka is doing. It would be something similar to
What do
that.
you mean what Luka's doing?
What Luka was doing in terms of
He can't
assists.
shoot the ball.
I'm glad you brought that up because we're talking about a slower pace in the NBA, right? Where the big man was just throwing the ball into the big man. If he couldn't shoot the ball, where's that 24 game that he was getting? Where's that 20? Because he had a 5-year stretch where he averaged 22 a game.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that in today's NBA. I'll tell you exactly.
In fact, not only would he do that today, he would be even better today at that because the game is so wide open. And now I got guys like Joel Embiid trying to cover Magic 22, 23 feet away from the basket. And I got guys like Trae Young trying to deal with Magic Johnson in transition. That's lunch meat right there.
Look, he is funny as hell. Y'all, look at his freaking face.
Trae Young trying to deal with Magic Johnson in transition. That's lunch meat right there.
Ben Simmons is better in every. Ben Simmons is a better passer. He was a defensive.
Oh my God. Ben Simmons, you know Keon said that dumb junk. Bro, y'all. I had to, school Keon. Bro, Keon said Ben Simmons. He said Magic Johnson like Ben Simmons. I started sending Keon Magic Johnson highlights. That boy changed his mind about Magic real quick. That boy Keon said that Magic Johnson is like Ben Simmons.
Trae Young trying to deal with Magic Johnson in transition. That's lunch meat right there.
Current day Magic Johnson would be Ben Simmons. And Ben Simmons is better in every... Ben Simmons is a better passer. He was a defensive player of the year. What separates...
Never won defensive player of the year,
And also, I'll go as
ever.
far as say Magic Johnson is one of the worst NBA players of all time. He had no skill. He's the least skilled...
That's how you know you don't know basketball. That boy said Ben Simmons won. That boy said Ben Simmons won defensive player of the year. What the that's how you know you just talking, bro. You don't even know you're not even speaking facts. You lying, gang. Bro, why is you lying, G?
Player of all time. What was he good at? Nothing.
Everything.
Being big. That's the only thing he was ever good at. But in today's NBA, you can't do that. You're going to be exploited. You know why? Because you just had Luka. Luka could shoot the ball. Luka's a better passer. Luka's better at everything besides being 6'9", because that's your only argument.
Sure.
We already have current day Magic Johnson, and his name is Ben Simmons, and he's trash. He's terrible.
So if Magic...
The only player that's worse than Magic Johnson is Russell Westbrook, who also can't shoot.
Right. So if Magic was as trash as he is,
Yeah.
and Ben Simmons was as good as he is,
Yeah.
what are we doing with Ben Simmons today?
I didn't say Ben Simmons is good. You said that.
I didn't.
Magic
You
Johnson is what
said
Ben
that.
Simmons is. That's not what I said.
So if Magic Johnson was what Ben Simmons is, how many all-league performances does Ben Simmons have?
Ben Simmons is not good.
Okay, well Magic is because
Neither is Magic Johnson.
Because Magic Johnson
Magic
was
Johnson
first-team
played against
All-Pro
plumbers.
9 straight years.
He said he played against plumbers. My God, bro. You know who he was playing against? You know what I'm saying, bro? You got the Hakeem Olajuwons. You got, no, not Hakeem Olajuwons. You know what I'm saying? But you got the freaking like big time, bro. You gotta understand, bro. Back in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Back in the 80s, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, they was known, 80s and 90s, bro. They was, I don't know what I said, Hakeem Olajuwons. But they was known for the freaking like big mans, bro. Big mans, bro. Like literally, like 80s and 90s, that's big mans, bro. You know what I'm saying? Literally big mans. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, like 80s and 90s. 90s, we got Hakeem Olajuwon. You know what I'm saying? We got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We got Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? We got all these big mans, bro. We got all these big mans that would destroy. I ain't gonna lie, I say Tim Duncan, bro, part of that. You know what I'm saying? Part of that era. We got the David Robinsons. You know what I'm saying? We got all them big time players. You know what I'm saying? And you talking about that this man, you know what I'm saying? God. You know what I'm saying? You talking about this man, you feel me, could not play in today's league. You know what I'm saying? Today's league. That is hilarious, bro.
Who did he play?
I'm sorry, John
Straight
Stockton, Dennis Johnson.
trash. They're literally
John Stockton.
They wouldn't do anything. Kyrie Irving's better than John Stockton.
Who?
Kyrie Irving is better than John
Kyrie
Stockton.
Irving is a better ball handler than
He's
John
better
Stockton.
in every.
That's it.
What's
So he's
John
a better
Stockton better
defender?
at? Yes.
He's a better passer.
Yes.
Oh my
Are you
God.
kidding me?
I'm losing years on my life. This is nuts. Oh my God. Oh my. Anyway, I'm gonna stay focused. So as I was saying, there is no comparison between Magic Johnson and Ben Simmons. Oh.
You can finish your thought.
There is no comparison between Magic Johnson and Ben Simmons. He is not the scorer. He is not the distributor. He is not the playmaker. He is not any of those things. He is not the floor leader that Magic Johnson was, is, or will ever be. And it's evident because he's been already on what? 3 teams in 5 years? Magic played for the Lakers for 12 straight years, and he was not a point guard. He was the lead guard. Ben Simmons has never been the lead guard, ever.
All right. Also, the shot clock, it's more like football. If it ends when you're talking, you get to run the play out.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you talking about how Steph only enhanced the three-pointer, how he didn't revolutionize it? How you feel that Draymond has more career threes than Larry Bird? They weren't shooting the threes about that much that.
I'm hearing the word that come out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody said me like this butt cake, they speak like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already I'm already, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like don't want to hear what you say. We are like, I already don't want to hear what you're saying. You know what I mean? Because you don't know how to talk. It's kind of like mush mouth of fiber. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if, you know what I'm saying, it's your braces, but somebody needs to teach this man how to talk. Is he allergic to some cinnamon? You know? I'm just keeping it real, bro. You know, so you talking like that makes me X'd out. I don't want to hear what the heck you're saying. You know what I mean? So I already know you better say some dumb junk. You know, we're talking about freaking Magic, and you going off to talk about some Draymond Green and some Larry Bird.
And I mean, like, Steph made everyone shoot a three. He's inspiring players now to shoot the three, and he's really just changed the entire game by shooting a three.
Would that help the fact that he played with Klay Thompson, who was another great long ball shooter? I think that has a lot to do with it, because as good as Steph Curry was as a long ball shooter, when you got another sniper that can shoot just as well as you do, and and with him shooting as well as he did, making the game even better. When you have that on your team, I think that we completely forget about how good the long ball was with those guys enhancing it. But we also had guys shooting the long ball back then. We had Dale Ellis. We had Larry Bird. We had Craig Hodges. We had great long ball shooters who could shoot the basketball like Steve Kerr, right? We had all of these guys who could shoot the basketball. They weren't shooting it at the volume that these guys are shooting it at today because the game is a lot more wide open than it was 25 years ago because it was played through the big man. But it's not like those guys couldn't shoot the basketball. Because I'm trying to imagine Dale Ellis with the
Oh my God. But this man is funny. This man is not playing. Oh my God. Hey, this man is hilarious, bro. Like, this man is not playing, bro. Oh my God, boy, you is hilarious. Oh boy.
played through the big man, but it's not like those guys couldn't shoot the basketball. Because I'm trying to imagine Dale Ellis with the amount of spacing playing with, I'm trying to imagine Dale Ellis with the amount of spacing playing with Joel Embiid or playing with Joker. It was incredible today.
I've never heard of Dale Ellis. Who's Dale Ellis?
Of course you haven't. Of course you haven't heard of Dale Ellis because you're 12. That's why. You've never heard of Dale Ellis. That's why. That's what that would explain it. And what's interesting is 20 years from now, somebody's going to tell you, yo, Steph Curry was a plumber. Steph Curry played against Gen Zs and SoundCloud rappers. That's what they're going to tell you that he played against. And you're going to want to jump over this table and you're going to want to choke him out because you've seen Steph Curry.
Ain't gonna lie, it's already starting. He ain't lying, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's already starting, though. You know what I'm saying? He ain't lying, bro. It's already starting. It's already starting. You feel me? I can see it already, bro. Them little kids that's coming up behind us, bro, it's already starting. It's already starting. I know y'all see it already. It's already starting, bro. Talking about the Victor Wembanyama's, the Nikola Jokic's and all that. It's already starting. You feel me? We gonna be just like bro. Whole time y'all laughing at bro, we gonna be just like him. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Y'all keep talking about this old head. We gonna be just like him. He say something about Steph Curry, and then guess what? How y'all is right now, them little kids gonna be just like this. And we trying to explain, you feel me, what the heck? We gonna be just like him. What you mean LeBron James this? What you mean KD this? What you mean Steph Curry this? We gonna be fitting them to the honor. You know what I'm saying? And then we gonna look back at this video like, dang, now I see what bro was talking about now. You know what I'm saying? Now I see what bro was going through. Now I gotta argue with this little mutt. It's already happening. These little mutts already talking about LeBron James. They already talking about our play. They already trying to throw our play. They already trying to put their players above our players. It's already happening with them little mutts. It's already happening. So I just know I just know that I'm going to have to defend my players to the honor.
How good Steph Curry is as a long ball shooter. You know how good he is as a player. But this is what I got to deal with when I got to deal with you telling me that John Stockton, or not just John Stockton, but Dale Ellis and Craig Hodges and all of these great scorers and all of these great long ball shooters, you don't know who they are. Go do your homework.
Steph Curry played against LeBron 4 years in a row in the finals. You're calling LeBron a plumber? And how do you think Clay's getting off? You said that Steph played with plumbers. He played with LeBron, played against LeBron 4 years in a row.
Okay, first of all, I didn't say he played against plumbers. I said that's what you're going to have to listen to 20 years from now. and with you having to listen to that, you already seen what Steph Curry looks like. But with that being said, let's get back to the point. Let's get back to the point at hand. And Steph Curry being a lead guard and not being better than Magic Johnson, who not enhanced the game, revolutionized the game at the point guard spot and did everything that now point guards are compared to. Because who are we comparing Steph Curry to and other point guards? We're not comparing him to anybody else except Magic Johnson.
All right, MD Foodie Boys, thank you so much for joining us.
Please go check out Dale Ellis.
Last round for this topic.
Okay.
What's up, Dales?
Listen, man, let's expose Magic Johnson right now. Build a team around Magic Johnson in today's game where he doesn't get exposed. Because I'm looking at Magic Johnson, we're leaving him wide open from 3, OG. We're leaving him open. What center is he going to play with? What center is he going to play with where you're going to be able to just have all this spacing around him? I would love to know. Let me know.
The centers that he could play around, he could play with Joel Embiid. He could play with Joker. In fact,
spacing with Joel Embiid?
Absolutely.
How's that going to work?
Absolutely, it's going to work because I don't think you give Magic Johnson enough credit for the respectable shooter that he was.
Again, tell me respectable shooters. We're comparing this to Steph Curry, by the way. Compare this to Steph Curry. Who's easier to build a team around? It's not close, OG.
It is close. I'm building a team around Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me personally. Y'all know I've been saying Magic Johnson the best point guard before this video even started. You know what I'm saying? I'm building a team around Magic Johnson, bro. You know what I mean? Straightforward, bro. And I'm not even just saying this because of the video. I'll build a team around Magic Johnson.
Easier to build the team around a guy who plays off the basketball, shoots the basketball the way Steph Curry does.
Absolutely.
Or a guy who, in the game being as wide open as it is today, a transition player like Magic Johnson is, a passer that Magic Johnson is, a scorer at the rim, and a guy who sees the floor as well as Magic Johnson
He needs
does.
to be as dominant as Giannis, as Jokic, all these guys.
I want to make sure that I remember this. He is 6'9".
Absolutely.
Not 6'2" or 6'3".
Absolutely.
6'9",
No,
with eyes
hold
in the
on.
back of his
Let's
head.
talk about him and Joel Embiid.
Sure.
Joel Embiid's in the post. Whoever's on Magic, we're doubling. We're
glad
doubling
you're
right
doubling.
away. You go
100%.
ahead. That respectable shooter, go ahead. Let him shoot.
Yep. You're going to have to give up something, 100%. You're going to have to give up. You're going to have to
I'm
give
giving
up
up Magic Johnson shooting.
100%.
Easy.
You're going to have
Every
to give
time.
up something. And when you give that up, you said the same thing. And I've heard this so many different times. We're going to let LeBron shoot. How well did LeBron?
LeBron's a better shooter than Magic Johnson.
Bro, Bron sucked at shooting the three. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. Bron sucked at shooting the three, bro. Go look at his freaking percentage. I think it was 33%. His whole NBA career, he shot 33%. So, yeah, LeBron is not a good three-point shooter like you think he is, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro, the player that LeBron is compared to is Magic Johnson. I don't know why people compare him to freaking Michael Jordan. Bro, he's literally compared to Magic Johnson. LeBron sucked at three-point shooting, and LeBron sucked at free throws. You know what I mean? LeBron was not a good shooter at all. You know what I'm saying? So let's please stop that. He shot 33%. He said, I'm early in his career. Yeah, he had a good shooting with the Lakers here and there, but he still sucked, you know what I mean, later in his career. You know what I mean? I told you, go look at his career, 33%. These are facts that I'm speaking. This is not, you know what I'm saying, opinions that I am speaking. You know what I mean? Later in his Lakers career, he started shooting better from the three, but he sucked, you know what I mean, from the three-point line. And he sucked from the freaking, you know what I'm saying, from the freaking free throw line. You know what I'm saying? For sure, Leo.
Tell you this.
Especially today, he's a 40% three-point shooter.
He's a 33% free throw shooter. He don't know what the heck he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what I'm saying, bro. See, people be talking about the game, but you don't really know that he actually 33%. Y'all can look it up right now. LeBron shoots 33% from the freaking three-point. That's his freaking like it's his freaking. People talk so much about Kobe not making threes, but Kobe has a higher percentage at the three-point line than LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? So please stop, man.
LeBron shoot. We're letting LeBron shoot. I think he ended up scoring the most points in NBA history. So let Magic shoot, and you're gonna lose. You're gonna
He's going to hit 40% of his threes.
Absolutely,
40%. You're making that up. There's nothing you can say that's gonna hit that.
I'm not saying 40%? that. No, I didn't say he was gonna hit 40% of his threes.
What's he gonna hit? 32%. We're cool with that.
What I did say is that you're not gonna force him into shooting 8 or 9 threes a game. You're not gonna do that.
In today's game, when most guys got 5 shooters out there, minimum 4, you're gonna have a team where he has 3 shooters around him if everything's going well. You gotta have at least 3 shooters out there.
3 shooters around Magic Johnson, how much better is he going to be as a distributor and a playmaker?
No cap, bro. You're like, this team doesn't guard the three. And then at the end of the day, you're going to have to shoot them 3. If he has 3 shooters around him, Magic Johnson, you leave him at, you know what I'm saying? Because Magic Johnson going to take, he's 6'9", bro. You understand he's 6'9"? He babying these little guards. He's 6'9". Bro, he's like a power forward and the point guard, but he's moving like a PG. Y'all understand that? This man Magic, 6'9", moving like a PG. Moving like a point guard. What you gonna do with that, bro? What are you gonna do with Magic Johnson moving like? I'm gonna show y'all Magic Johnson highlights after this.
And getting downhill and getting those guys
doesn't
better
have
shots.
the ball, what's he gonna do? If he doesn't have the ball, what's he gonna do?
That's the point that I'm making, because I'm the lead guard. I got the ball in my hands. That's why I'm gonna be so much better. And because I got 3 shooters around me. So if I got Gary Trent or somebody like that around me, how many better shots am I gonna get him? Because you're gonna be so focused on me getting to the rim. You say that you're gonna double off me, you can double off me all you want. Just like they doubled off a bunch of other players in the league, but they still got to the rim and they still scored the basketball at a high rate. And Magic Johnson, if you're gonna double off me, I can play in the mid-range, and I can knock down open shots. And if I do that, now you have to come see me. And if you come see me, here comes the double. And I'm finding this guy, I'm finding that guy, and I'm finding that guy. And now guess what? You're home watching the playoffs. Meanwhile, we're raising the trophy. Wow. The Bulls in 1990, I think their run was better than what the Warriors did in 2010.
Are you saying for the era what they did is more impressive, or do you think if they played in whichever era, the Bulls would beat the Warriors?
I think that if they played in this era, I think that it would be a lot more of an advantage for the Bulls, because I'm trying to imagine not being able to put hands on Michael Jordan. I'm trying to imagine Steph Curry having to deal with the switches that you guys talk about.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'll keep it real with you, bro. Michael Jordan, bro. I just don't see nobody stopping Mike. And in the defense, like Dennis Rodman, bro. You know, and the defense that they had, bro, and the defense that Jordan had, Scottie Pippen. I don't know, man. I don't see it. I see the Bulls being the Warriors. I ain't gonna lie. I don't feel like y'all get them. I don't feel like y'all get them threes. You know what I'm saying? They like them threes. I don't feel like y'all get that. I just feel like Jordan just cooking anybody. It don't matter who the freak it is. Like he's cooking anybody.
I'm trying to imagine him having to deal with Scottie Pippen in transition or in the half court. I'm trying to imagine with the triangle offense and as much action as
they had Phil Jackson
run. The triangle offense was revolutionary, and that kind of action, I'm trying to imagine the Warriors trying to deal with that, even with Kevin Durant.
It was revolutionary for 1992.
Sure.
Nowadays, to think a team is going to come out here and have any X's and O's that are revolutionary when you have 30 plus years of.
Dang, the game is so softer now, bro. Like I watch it today, bro. Bro, the game is way softer than the early 2000s, than the 90s, bro. This game is soft. You know what I'm saying? No cap. This game don't play defense. They leave the three wide open. Stop acting like this game is hard. If anything, this game is the softest that it's ever been today, bro. I don't be understanding that. And y'all get away with so many freaking like this is an early 2010, dude. Like I'm 2010 era, bro. I've seen the game get softer and bro, they don't even call 3-second violations anymore. They don't call travels. Bro, this is the worst the game has ever been, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get soft cap. Bro, these folks was slamming dudes on the ground, bro. You know what I mean? Like, these folks was getting roughed up back then. They wasn't calling no fouls. So you don't think that they can deal with this game now? Like, come on, bro. Like, let's stop acting like this game is so hard now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's stop acting like it, bro. It's not, bro. This game is literally catered for players, bro.
Smart coaches making smart adjustments. Just on that level, everything that Steve Kerr knows that version of Phil Jackson doesn't have.
Bro, Steve Kerr is overrated. We seen it with Team USA. Bro ain't played Jason Tatum one time. Bro played Derek White over Jason Tatum. Steve Kerr is overrated. He's getting exposed now, you know what I'm saying, because he ain't got all them freaking. Who you think he got the triangle offense from, you dumb boy? You know what I'm saying? Steve Kerr is overrated as freak, bro. You know what I'm saying? You put Darvin Scam on that freaking Warriors team. I think the Warriors still win. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Steve Kerr sitting down and not saying nothing sometimes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just letting them play. You feel me? So that's all I'm saying, bro. Like, man, bro, come on, bro. Steve Kerr is overrated, bro. To me, bro, he's overrated. Not a good coach. He doesn't have good rotation. You don't even know how to play Jonathan Kuminga.
You know, it would be a bloodbath in that regard.
No, it won't.
Pure X's and O's, the way that they're going to switch and peel back and recover, it's going to be no contest there. So I guess we can put that aside if that wasn't a thing. You think on paper the talent level was across the roster?
I don't think that the talent level on paper was that far apart. I mean, don't get me wrong. You add Kevin Durant to a Warrior squad. I mean, that's like adding Shaq to the '96 Bulls. I mean, that's almost unfair. However, there are ways to neutralize things like that. And what the Chicago Bulls did, which I want to make sure that I'm clear, with the run that they had. I mean, Michael Jordan, 4 to 6 years that he played on that team, they won 60-plus games, including a 67, a 73, and a 69 win team. They were running through the league, a much more physical league at that time. In terms of scoring, there were teams specifically there to beat them, and the triangle offense was just revolutionary with all the action.
Like, y'all seen the Bad Boy Pistons, bro? I want y'all to look at the Bad Boy Pistons, bro. Like, bro, the league today, bro, them boys would have been ejected. Like, Bad Boy Pistons, bro. I'm just saying, I just give credit to the greats, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to give credit, bro, back then. You got to give credit, bro, to the godfathers of the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Stop looking at today's game, bro, and ignoring what happened back then, bro. Man, bro, I'm telling you, them Bad Boy Pistons, bro, what they was doing with to Michael Jordan, that junk would not be allowed today at all. You know what I'm saying? At all. So that's what I'm saying, bro. The physicality that Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan had to play through, bro. You know what I'm saying? You really think they can't survive this league, bro? This league? Freak out of here. Man, freaking Michael Jordan averaging like 35 a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the freak out of here. Bro getting slammed on his freaking head, bro. You know what I'm saying? Beating down Michael Jordan, you know, and not getting ejected. You talking about he can't survive this league, bro? Get the freak out of here. This league today? Freak out of here.
They had.
Was it worse at offense or was it more physical? Because you could say it's more physical because they're banging around down low. I would say today is less physical because the shooters are out there and it's a lot harder to bang around. Because if you're focused on banging around down low, having these enforcers on the court, you're going to get destroyed by all the skill level across the court. And it doesn't get higher skill level from 1 through 10 on the roster than the 2017 Warriors. I think if you're talking who's going to play each other today and have a chance to, you know, win a 7-game series in this era or that, not a contest there. And if you want to look at
it's a
who
contest.
has a more impressive run, I think it's pretty clear the overall skill level is higher across the league today. You said teams were built to beat the Bulls back then. They were built to beat the Warriors too. It was a shorter run, so I guess you saw less of a league-wide.
Nobody had a team like the Warriors, bro. I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. At least back then, bro, like Jordan back then, they didn't have a super squad, bro. You had teams that was fire. You just had Jordan. You know what I mean? But as a team, bro, they wasn't like the freaking super like you had teams that could be like that match up good with them. Just Jordan was just Jordan. But bro, no team was built to beat the Golden State Warriors in 2017. No team, bro. You know what I'm saying? No team. It was completely unfair. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
I had roster construction, but we had the Rockets, we had the Cavs,
Rockets?
In the same way that you can say who they played was more impressive to you in the Bulls for whatever reasons. They did have to face a player who is arguably just as good, if not better, than Jordan himself, and they beat him multiple times. So I don't know what you give to the Bulls besides longevity, which, they stuck together longer. Good for them. They had the break in the middle to revitalize themselves that Kevin Durant didn't give the Warriors a chance to do. Right. So besides longevity, I don't think they peaked better. I don't think they would 1v1. I don't think they play tougher competition. I'm not sure why they get the greatest dynasty of all time over the Warriors.
Well, you just mentioned something that was really interesting. The greatest part about having the burden of proof putting on you, you have to make sure that you give that person things that they can't explain. So, for example, you just talked about them having the run that they had, the Golden State Warriors, and sure that they ended up they lost to some teams. Well, the Bulls didn't lose to anybody. The Bulls went 6-0 during that run.
We ignore the year they lost.
And the teams that they lost to, the Golden State Warriors in particular, they had the biggest collapse in NBA history. They actually won 73 games. Not only did they win 73 games, they were up 3-1 in a series and could have won. That never happened to the Bulls in any stretch.
So you're referencing pre-KD. That's like me referencing early Jordan before he was actually the version he is of himself. That's not the same type of team. 20's KD on is the one that's the best team of all time. So yeah, the baby version of that wasn't quite superpower like you said. They added Shaq to the Bulls. Yeah, they lost beforehand, but when we talk about the best team of all time,
you are aware that they won 73 games without KD.
And they got even better. So imagine that. Imagine 73 adding KD.
Right.
That's why it's such a non-contest.
Well, think about why they had to add KD. They had to add KD because they lost at their superpowers.
KD's the version that's not contest.
Really quickly, but that Bulls run of 6 championships in 8 years, 4 times, winning over 60 games. Michael Jordan winning the league MVP 1, 2, 3 times during that stretch. That team never losing in the NBA Finals, running through the Eastern Conference, I believe, in 1996, and running through the NBA the way that they did. Even in that era, or the 60s or the 70s, the 80s and 90s, I don't think that's been matched.
You know what? If free agency was around like it was today, Scottie Pippen would have left early and they would have had that chance. So that's the difference.
Okay, let's wrap it up, people. Thank you. Next up, this is a great one. It's a heavyweight battle right here.
Nephew, what up?
What's up, OG?
What up, brother?
I feel like there's a blatant disrespect for the 2017 Warriors once they got Kevin Durant. I think if you're talking about the Warriors in 2015 and 2016, you have an argument. I think there's too much talent on the post-Warriors with Kevin Durant for them to not be as good as the Bulls. Yep. You have Steph Curry, you have Klay Thompson, you have Kevin Durant, you have Draymond Green, you also have Andre Iguodala off the bench. We're talking about a 5-year run that should have ended in 4 NBA championships. They should have 3-peated with KD. They didn't because he got hurt. I know, and I think you agree, a healthy Warriors beats the 2019 Raptors in the finals.
I think that's a legit argument, but to counter what you just said, so in the 1995-96 Bulls that won 72 games, so they had the best player in the game in Jordan. They had the best all-around player in the game in Scottie Pippen. They had the best rebounder in the game in Dennis Rodman. They had the best 6-man in the game in Tony Kukoc. They had the best coach in the game in Phil Jackson. And they had the second best marksman in the game in Steve Kerr. That doesn't sound like an okay team. That sounds like a pretty damn good team to me.
And we're talking about the Warriors
100%.
who got a unanimous MVP, another MVP. The Bulls did not have 2 MVPs on their team.
100%.
The Warriors did. They had a defensive player of the year in Draymond Green, who 100%. You can argue is one of the best defensive players that has ever played, and Klay Thompson, one of the best 3-and-D players in the history of the game, and Andre Iguodala. I could compare him to Tony Kukoc. I think Tony Kukoc offensively could be better. Defensively, Iguodala is better. And if we're playing by today's rules, where there's zone defense, the Bulls did not have to run into zone defense back then because I implemented in the 2000s. So I'm thinking about the spacing of that team and how it would compare to the Warriors, who you couldn't help off anybody. Steph Curry had so much gravity. They were helping off of Kevin Durant, and he was getting wide open jump shots. We're talking about leaving 40% 3-point shooters open. almost every possession down the court.
Yep.
And then the last thing I'll mention is that I feel like the Bulls did not play a big three as good as the 2017 Cavaliers with LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love. Their run might have been dominant, but they did not play a team as good as that Cavaliers team.
So let's go back to what you just talked about.
Kevin Love.
Talked about the team that they not the team that they were playing. So let's go back to what you talked about MVP. So Scottie Pippen finished third in MVP.
But he didn't win it.
No, he didn't.
No.
But we didn't know that he was that good. We did not know that.
KD is that good, though.
We didn't know that he was that good. 100%. And remember why KD got on that crew. The same reason why Steph Curry was already on the crew, because you can't beat him without us, and we can't beat him
It's
without you.
because it's LeBron James.
We didn't have to worry about that, though, because I'm already on the crew, and now we get a rebounder in Dennis Rodman who makes us so much better. He's a defender who makes us so much better.
But the Bulls also didn't have LeBron.
Right.
They didn't have to play LeBron James.
You know, the reason why they didn't have to play LeBron James
because they
already had him.
Yes, I
That would
understand.
make-
Listen, I think you can argue for MJ being a GOAT.
100%.
But what I'm saying is that the Bulls did not have to play a team as good as the LeBron James-led Cavaliers.
Well,
I don't think they've played a team as good as the 2019 Raptors.
Well,
I think the 2019 Raptors, you look at top to bottom depth with Fred VanVleet, Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry, Marc Gasol, Pascal Siakam, Serge Ibaka. I don't think any of the teams the Bulls played in the finals is better than that team.
You sure about that? Because
Yes.
I don't know. That 98 Jazz team was
They were
pretty
like
damn good.
36 years old.
Right, and they were still they were leading the league in score. They were leading the league in scoring that year. And that's including with the Bulls running around. They were leading the league in scoring that year. They had a league MVP in Karl Malone. They had arguably the best distributor in the game. They had a marksman in Jeff Hornacek. They had one of the better lockdown defenders in Brian Russell. They had a great dirty work guy in Austin Carr. They had everything that's necessary. Like you just
The
talked
Raptors
about.
have that though, because
Right.
I didn't mention Danny Green,
Yep.
who you can with Brian Russell 3-point shooting, defending.
Sure.
He's one of the best 3-and-Ds as well. So
Sure.
I think the Raptors just overall had more depth. Maybe you want to argue Karl Malone and John Stockton, they had more star power. But I'm looking at Kawhi Leonard, Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry.
Yep.
Those are 3 all-star level players on one team.
Right. And with that being said, I think that the teams that the Bulls ran into, that Phoenix team, that Portland Trailblazers team, that Seattle team, I think that those teams are comparable to the teams that we've seen in the 2010s in terms of champions. Now, I can't say with the Cleveland Cavaliers team because they won it. So I think that that's a little bit different. But in terms of losers, I think that all of those loser teams are comparable, including the 2019 Toronto Raptors. I think they're comparable to all those teams. Absolutely.
Good job.
Wow. Very respectable, too. We love to see it. All right, next up.
You back again? Hold on, let me roll my sleeves up a little bit.
Let's be nicer this time.
No, I'm not gonna be civil. Not with you.
Okay, well, I think this conversation is interesting. I think when you talk about longevity, you talk about the teams of what they won, who they played. I think you got to respect the era. I think the Chicago Bulls, I respect what they've done. I think Golden State, you
have no choice.
When it comes to playoffs,
no
it talks
choice.
about matchup. Everything's situational. Everything is about matchup. Let's talk about the matchup itself. Golden State's best versus Chicago's best. I don't think Chicago has played a team that does what Golden State does offensively. We talk about 2 guys in Steph Curry and Klay Thompson that constantly is running. The cardio is at a different level than they've ever seen. We're talking about a guy in Draymond Green that gets the ball off a pick and roll and can make any pass in the short roll, in the high roll. We're talking about a guy in Kevin Durant, which you just can't guard. He can get to his spots. And then you bring up Sean Livingston, the best mid-range shooter ever, off the bench, somebody who can come and give you buckets. And then on top of that, the collection of role players that they have, what they had an Ian Clark at one time, Festus Ezeli, Kevon Looney. I mean, this team, how do you guard a team like that when you have MJ, who is going to have to average 35, 40 points a game?
He will average that.
You have to tire him out on offense because defensively he has to chase Klay, he has to chase Steph, or he has to guard Kevin Durant. You can't just put him on Draymond. What is Dennis Rodman going to do in that series offensively? How are they going to look? I just think it's a mismatch because you have offensively a Golden State team that loves to move the ball around, a Golden State team that loves to move, gets the ball open. And with Chicago, they just played a style that fits more into the 90s in an era where you need to put up a lot of threes, in an era where you need to match offensive ability. I don't think they could do that.
I think what we're missing, we're missing the point that you just mentioned, how good the Warriors were against the Cavs. How good were the Warriors against Memphis?
I'm thinking Houston, the Spurs.
Right, and I don't know if you know this, but the Bulls, 5 of their 6 championships,
amazing.
They beat 5 different teams.
Amazing.
So it's not like they only went up against one team.
I know
we're
what you
talking
mean.
about the Cavs, him having to run up against the Cavs. In order for them to win the NBA championship, they had to beat the Lakers.
Facts.
They had to beat the Trailblazers, who had a damn good team with Terry Porter and Drex and Jerome Kersey and Kevin Duckworth and Buck Williams and all-league defender that he was. And on top of that, they had to beat the Phoenix Suns, who also had a band of guys, and Dan Marley and Charles Barkley and all of these guys who they had who were very good at everything that they did. And then you move into the 1995-96 season when they had to play Seattle, who owned the Houston Rockets, which, by the way, Jordan was lucky enough that he had to see Olajuwon in the playoffs, because if he had to, then that would have been a problem for him. But that Seattle team that they had a band of characters with Hersey Hawkins and Gary Payton and Nick McMillan and Sean Kemp. And then they had to move into play against the Utah Jazz. We're talking about a team who beat almost a whole division in order to win the NBA championship. The amount of times that they did that.
If you want to go band for band, we could do that. I mean, Golden State played the Memphis Grizzlies with Mike Conley, with Zach Randolph, with Marcus Gasol. They played the Houston Rockets with Chris Paul, with James Harden. They played Cleveland with LeBron, with Kyrie. We can go to the Spurs. They played Kawhi. They played LA. They played Pau Gasol. Like, this is a Golden State team that's played a plethora of talent. I mean, talk about Damian Lillard. They pay him and they swept him too. Without Kevin Durant, that's a crazy feat to do that. Like, this is a team that's also played a collection of really good talent 100%. In a West that's always been, in my lifetime, better than the East. We can even go back in the 90s. I think this West right now, what Golden State was in, you could say is more talented than the East in the 90s. So a team like Golden State, like I said, if you want to keep talking about their accolades, Golden State beat a plethora of really good to great teams. We can even talk about before Kevin Durant, when they beat that OKC team when they were down 3-1. This team beat a lot of teams. When we talk about matchup for matchup, and when they size up against each other, I mean, what's the match? You got Ron Harper guarding Steph, you got MJ guarding Clay, and then you got Scottie Pippen guarding Kevin Durant. Now we're talking about Michael Jordan and Ron Harper seeing 35,000 screens in the game that they've never seen before in their life. They're going to be so puzzled, so fizzled. They're not going to know what to do.
I think you've thrown off the track that the triangle offense was a lot of action. Offensively, was a lot of moving. So with that, we also have to guard against that too. So it's not like we're just running that offense. So we also have to guard against that too. So with us guarding against that, we know how to get around screens. We know how to slip screens. We know how to go under screens. But with all of that being said, the collection of we have to stay on point in what this was. And when I think about the Bulls run and what the Bulls did during that time, so having to beat the Knicks who they were favored, who was favored against them in 1993 in a 6-game dogfight, same Knicks team that in 1993 had won 27 straight games at home. They go into their building in the playoffs in the East Finals and beat them. That's almost impossible to do. And then you move into Phoenix when they beat them. It's a team that won 60 games. They beat them in their building for the NBA championship. Then you move into Seattle, how difficult. In Seattle, they beat them twice during the regular season. They ended up beating them. The Utah Jazz, who came back the next season after they had beaten them, who were even better. And when they were better, they still ended up beating them. So when we're talking about having challenges, when you're talking about having to deal with tough stuff, I think that the Chicago Bulls, that run that they had during that time, when everybody thought that they were over, it was really impressive.
All right, we're actually going to move on to the next topic. But
so that right there is part one. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to tune in to the Lakers versus the freaking Dallas Mavericks, the barbecues, you know what I'm saying? But, man, that was a good discussion. In 3 hours, you know what I'm saying, in 11 minutes, you know what I'm saying? We will get part 2 tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? But Old Head was cooking, though. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like Old Head definitely, you know what I'm saying, schooled them boys, you know what I'm saying, honestly. But, you know, hopefully my Lakers pull off. It's your boy Jay, man. Take it easy for you, like Beezy, man. Freaking